Hi, my name's Ethan and I have just bought this, which is the Corsair CX600M, M standing for modular. This is of course a semi-modular power supply, 600 watts. I've just purchased it off Amazon. However, you can find it in a link in the video description at this website here. This is Corsair's website, some specs about the power supply, but I'll get into that in a bit. This is literally just an unboxing to show you what's in the box. This is not a review. I'm not really qualified to do a review in any sort. This is only the second power supply I've ever bought. But without further ado, let's get into the unboxing. So it comes in a box. That's great. The box isn't really important to me. That's what's inside. So if we open that up, once we open it up, you've got some warranty information from Corsair, safety information inside the box. I'm in the UK, so I've got UK plug. Looks like it's got a 13 amp fuse in it here. And we've also got, because it's semi-modular, a box of all these cables. So UK plugs there. All these cables. So we'll just put them to one side for a second and we'll get back to them in a moment. And then down here we've got some cable ties and screws for putting, securing the power supply in your PC, which I will be doing later. And then we've actually, at the bottom here, last but not least, the power supply itself. So let's get back to the bit that people are probably watching this video for, why I'm making this video, because I found this quite helpful when I was buying a power supply myself. What is actually in the cables. So here we have got two Molex connectors, I believe, and a string of... Okay, so we have 4 Molex connectors on one cable. Look, I'll show that to this camera, it's probably easier to see. I can never remember what these are called. I think it's called like a floppy connector or something, I don't know. Not important, no one really uses them anymore. To my knowledge, I won't be using it anyway. Here we have 3 SATA connectors. Then here we've got another 3 SATA connectors on one cable. There. And then finally here we have what I believe to be the PCI connectors. So there's basically these, how they work is they're 2 6. They're called 6+2 connectors. We've got 2 of them here. See, so if your graphics card or whatever expansion card you're using has 6, it needs 6 pins. You have that, or if you need 8, then you just plug that in next to it. See, and that clips on like that. And the same for the other one. And obviously you can use these 2 together if you need 2 of them, which I do for my graphics card. So yeah, these are all modular, of course, so you only have to plug in the cables that you actually need. And I actually need all of these because of where I've got the drives in my computer, unfortunately. And a lot of people probably won't need the Molex ones, but unfortunately, because I've got a cheap case, the fans don't connect to the motherboard, they connect via Molex, case fans that is, so I need this cable to be able to connect my fans up. So we'll put those over here to one side. They're black, of course, which is nice. They're not ketchup and mustard cables, as certain people on YouTube would call them. I've already looked at that. So I'll just take the bubble wrapping off here. I'll probably have a lot of fun popping that later. So here, obviously, we've got this is what makes it semi-modular, obviously. Those are the modular cables, so you can plug them in and plug them whatever you want to do. But here we have the cables that you can't disconnect. So these are just the main ones that everyone is going to need, because everyone has a CPU and everyone has a motherboard. So it's kind of unimportant. Obviously, if you wanted to replace them, I guess it's a little irritating. You can't, but unless you took the power supply apart, and that would get complicated. But we have here the 24 pin, well 20 pin plus 4 pin, because you can disconnect this if your motherboard only needs 20 pins to power it, but we have the 20 plus 4 pin motherboard power connector, And then here we have a 4+4 CPU connector. So if your CPU only requires, we can just pinch these little things here. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to break it. If your CPU only requires a 4-pin power, you can disconnect one of these, but mine, like a lot of CPUs now, requires 8, so I'll be keeping it like this. So this cable's fairly long, it's sleeved, so it's got a nice black sleeving on it. This one's black. Got a fairly decent length on this, so you can route it behind your motherboard tray or whatever you need to do to get to the CPU. You're going to have no problems hiding that cable behind anything to get it there. This is a little bit short, but then again with this, you don't really want this to be long. It's quite a chunky cable, quite hard to hide. In fact, I'd quite like if it was a little bit shorter, so I could just route it down, in my case, straight down to the motherboard power connector, but oh well, can't have everything. This is a pretty standard length. And of course the actual power supply, fairly weighty. Just got the name of the power supply on there, obviously. Got some specifications about the rails here. Well, I'm not going to go into that because, to be absolutely honest, I'm at the point in my computer knowledge that I don't really understand a lot about that. But yeah, so there we go. That was my unboxing of the Corsair CX600M power supply. So I hope that's been informative and will help you if you're looking at buying this particular power supply. Obviously I'm not a professional at doing this, but I just thought it would be helpful for people looking to buy this to actually know what comes in the box. So now you know. If we just look at the website, I'll put a link to this in the description, but obviously it comes with the specifications, so what connectors it comes with. I believe floppy connector, I think that's this thing here, that's a floppy connector. So I believe, hang on, let me just look on here. Yeah, I looked this up earlier, but it says floppy cable, but it's not a floppy connector, I don't know. You can figure it out for yourself. I'm sure if you need one, you'll know what it is. So yeah, so some brief specs on the screen right now for you. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in another video if I think of anything that might be useful for people to see. Bye.